Far away on the edge of the galaxy, there was a quiet planet named Rivora. It was a peaceful world. The people of Rivora were kind and simple. They grew food, built homes, and looked at the stars with wonder. They had no armies. They had no weapons. They never needed them, until now. One cold morning, the sky turned black. Huge ships appeared, shaped like knives and colored like shadows. No one knew where they came from. No name, no warning, no reason. The sky opened and the first attacks began. The invaders struck fast. Buildings burned. Mountains shook. Screams filled the air. The leaders of Rivora ran to the central tower. They had only one hope: the Galactic distress beacon, a device that could send a cry for help to every major power in the galaxy. The signal was sent with shaking hands. "This is Rivora. We are under attack. Unknown enemy. We have no defenses. Please, we beg for help. Anyone, please respond." The message flew across the stars, through trade routes, to the mighty empires, to the famous alliances. Hundreds of worlds received the signal. But no one answered. The Threx Dominion saw it first. They watched for a moment, then deleted the message. The Velkar Union said Rivora was not important, not a strategic world. Even the Galactic Council did nothing. A vote was held. Only 2 members voted to help. The rest said it was not their problem. The people of Rivora waited. Days passed. More cities fell. Families hid underground. The message kept repeating over and over, echoing into the void. "Please, anyone, help us." On a dead communication line, deep in the dark side of the Milky Way, the signal reached something forgotten. A cold place. No lights. No noise. Just silence. Until a red eye blinked. It was a hidden command center, buried in an asteroid, unknown to most of the galaxy. Its name was Black Site Echo 9, and it belonged to Earth. No one had heard from Earth in years. Long ago, humans had left the Council. They were angry after being betrayed in a war. After that, they vanished. Many believed they had given up. Others thought Earth had destroyed itself. But they were wrong. Earth had gone quiet. Not because it was weak, but because it was watching. And now something had woken up. Inside Echo 9, red lights flashed. AI minds, built long ago, came online. These were not normal machines. They were battle systems, trained to fight, to think, to defend. The distress signal from Rivora was replayed. The words echoed in the cold air. "Please, anyone, help us." One AI spoke. "Signal verified. Civilian planet. No defense. Probability of extinction, 94%. Another voice replied. "No galactic response detected. Status: abandonment by Council." Then came a voice older than the rest. Deep, calm, powerful. "Earth's duty is clear. Initiate response." Far away, deep under Earth's surface, something moved. Giant doors opened. Launch codes were sent. Human warships, silent for decades, came to life. They were not ships the galaxy had seen before. No bright colors. No loud engines. They were built for one thing: pure response. Stealth cruisers, shadow frigates, eye-controlled fighters, each one black as space, each one armed with weapons never tested. From Earth's orbit, they launched without a sound. No message, no warning, no signature. The galaxy noticed something, but they weren't sure what it was. A strange movement. A few scientists picked up energy spikes. One trade station saw something dark pass by at high speed, but no one could explain it. On Rivora, people were still hiding. The invaders had begun rounding up survivors. One little girl looked up at the stars and whispered, "Is anyone coming?" No one had come. Not yet. But then, in deep space, a signal lit up. It came from the fleet. It was short, cold, And final. Echo 9 activated. Terran Protocol 7 in effect. Fleet en route. Stand by. The machines had spoken. Earth had answered. But Rivera didn't know yet. As the enemy raised their flags over the last city, a storm was moving in space. Fast, quiet, invisible, but deadly. And the galaxy had no idea what was coming. In the silence of space, something was moving. The ships from Earth, black, sharp, and silent, slipped between stars like shadows. They did not use normal paths. They did not follow known space lanes. They moved through dead zones, places where sensors don't work, and no one travels. It was as if the galaxy itself could not see them. These ships had no names on them, no lights, no heat, no signals. Just a mark, painted in gray on every hull. A human skull, surrounded by 6 stars. These were not warships made for show. They were made for one purpose only: to strike without warning and leave nothing behind. Inside one of the lead ships, Commander Jalen Cross stood quietly. His face was hard. His eyes were sharp. He had not spoken to anyone in 5 hours. He didn't need to. The AI called Echo handled everything. Echo's voice filled the command deck. Calm. Cold. ETA to Rivera. 5 hours. Enemy strength. Unknown. Civilian casualties. Extreme. Mission. Protect and neutralize. Jalen nodded. Any word from the Council? No. As expected, Galactic Council has ignored all distress signals. Multiple empires reviewed the message and refused to respond. Jalen's jaw tightened. He had seen this before. Many years ago, in another war. A peaceful planet left alone, crushed while others watched. That was when Earth left the Council. That was when humanity changed. Earth didn't trust anyone anymore. They built in secret. They waited. And now, they moved. Back on Rivera, people were running out of hope. The skies stayed dark. Enemy patrols walked through ruined cities. Fires burned. Families hid in underground shelters with little food. Their leaders had stopped speaking. The distress signal had stopped repeating. It was no longer useful. The invaders had begun building something. Large towers. Machines humming with strange energy. No one knew what they were doing, but it was clear they were staying. In a small shelter beneath a broken library, an old man sat with 3 children. He told them stories, not to teach them, but to keep them from crying. And long ago, humans were part of the galaxy, he said softly. They were brave, strong. Maybe they still are. One of the children looked up, but no one came. The old man had no answer. Above Rivera, high in orbit, something blinked. Just for a second, a dark shape passed through the clouds. Too fast, too quiet, then gone. A child looking through broken binoculars saw it. He rubbed his eyes. Was it real? On the enemy command ship, alarms began to flash. Unidentified object passed through scan range. No ID, no signal. The alien commander hissed, just debris. Ignore it. But the scans continued. More objects were appearing, far out, just at the edge of space. No engines, no signals, but they were moving, fast. Back on Earth, high above the surface, a massive satellite rotated. It was called Eye of Terra. It had one job, to watch the galaxy. A report flashed on its surface. Phase 1, stealth entry, successful. Phase 2, deep scan lock, in progress. Phase 3, strike ready. From Earth's shadow, more ships launched, faster, sharper, smaller. They flew like arrows from the dark. Eye-guided, purpose-built. They didn't need humans on board. They only needed orders. Commander Jalen looked at the planet on the screen. Fires covered half of it. Cities were in ruin. He gave the order with only 3 words. Begin Ghost Run. Across the fleet, weapons armed silently, engines cooled for stealth. The AI took full control. And then, the fleet vanished from all sensors. Even the galaxy's best satellites would see nothing. The invaders on Rivora laughed. They thought they had won. The last resistance was gone. The planet was theirs. But high above, Earth's shadows were already falling. One by one, enemy radar towers stopped working. One by one, their gunships exploded without warning. And in the last minute of this part, one alien soldier looked up and saw a shape above the clouds. It didn't roar. It didn't flash. It simply hovered. And then it spoke in a voice that echoed across the city. You have violated Terran protocol. This world is now under Earth's protection. Stand down, or be erased. For a few seconds, there was silence. The alien commander on Rivora stared at the screen. The voice still echoed in the air. This world is now under Earth's protection. Stand down, or be erased. He laughed. Humans? Earth? They're just a myth. Another officer stepped forward. Sir, we've lost 3 comm towers, and 5 patrols stopped reporting. Sensor glitch, the commander said. Prepare orbital strike. Destroy the source of that signal. But when they tried to lock on the target, nothing. The scanners failed. The skies looked clear, too clear. No ships, no heat, no sound. And yet, his instincts whispered, danger. Far above, Earth's stealth fleet was in position. The AI called Echo gave the command. Target markers locked. Launching precision strike. Tiny black pods dropped from the sky. They made no sound. They burned no fuel. They simply fell. Inside each pod, nanoblade drones, guided by silent code, faster than any living thing. They sliced through metal like paper. One hit an enemy fortress and turned its walls to dust. Another entered a command bunker and shut it down in 5 seconds. Still, no one had seen a human. No one had seen a ship. But one thing was clear. The attackers were being hunted. On the surface, the people of Rivora didn't understand what was happening. One moment, enemy soldiers were everywhere. The next, they were gone. People stepped out of their hiding places, carefully, slowly. In one city, a child saw a soldier's body on the ground. No wounds, just down. Beside it, a small black disc blinked once, then disappeared. Was it a weapon? A scout? No one knew. All they knew was this. Someone had come, and they were not stopping. Commander Jalen Cross stood on the bridge of Earth's flagship, Vigilance. He looked at the planet's surface, now glowing with flashes of fire and light. Echo spoke again. Phase 3 complete. All high-value targets neutralized. Requesting human boots on the ground. Jalen nodded. Send the ghost teams. On Rivora's edge, a massive dropship uncloaked. It hovered over the mountains for 2 seconds, then dropped 12 small craft, each shaped like a black dagger. When they landed, dust rose, but there was no engine sound. From each, a team of Terran operators stepped out. They wore matte black armor, no flags, no names, just that one mark on their chest, the gray skull with 6 stars. They didn't speak. They didn't wave. They moved forward like shadows with guns. In the ruined capital city, the alien commander tried to retreat, but every path was blocked. His last shuttle was already burning in the sky. He shouted, "Who are these humans? This is not war, it's execution." A message played on his ship's screen. "We warned you. Earth answers only when no one else does. You brought this upon yourselves." Then, static. Back on Earth, a secret room filled with screens watched it all. Old generals, silent leaders, hidden names. One of them asked, "Do we make contact with the Galactic Council?" Another answered, "No. Let them guess. Let them wonder if they're next." They all nodded. Earth had stayed quiet for years. watching, preparing. Now the galaxy would remember. Humans had not gone soft. They had only gone silent. Near the end of the third part, on the battlefield, one of the alien survivors crawled from the rubble. He looked up. A human soldier stood over him. The alien begged, "Please, I didn't know." The soldier didn't move. But behind him, a drone hovered. It scanned the alien, then flashed a green light. The soldier said one word, "Go." Then he vanished into the dust. Cliffhanger ending. In deep space, far from Rivora, another signal went out. This one wasn't from Rivora. It was from an alien empire far away, the ones who ordered the invasion. They watched the destruction of their army. They listened to the silence that followed. And they whispered. We poked the silent planet, and it roared. Deep in space, in the dark halls of the Varkan Empire, alarms rang through the command stations. The Emperor of the Varkans, Lord Scareth, stood still as he watched the screen. His eyes were fixed on the video. Earth's silent machines cutting through his invasion force like it was nothing. Our best soldiers, our strongest weapons, gone in minutes. A general stepped forward. They didn't even send a warning. Scareth clenched his fist. Then we send them one. He turned to his war council. Prepare the fleet. I want Earth burned. Back on Rivora, the people were rebuilding. They didn't know who the Terran soldiers were. They never spoke, never asked for thanks. They helped clear the rubble, set up defense grids, treated the wounded, and just as silently, they left. Only one message was left behind. Earth watches now. Commander Jalen Cross sat inside Vigilance, Earth's flagship, reading the latest scans. Echo's voice filled the bridge. Multiple Varkan ships moving toward Sol system. Estimated arrival. 6 days. He frowned. We hit them hard. Now they're coming to hit us harder. He tapped the control panel. Wake the Terran defense grid. It's time Earth shows what we really built. Across Earth's orbit, hundreds of silent satellites lit up. They were not normal satellites. Each one had a hidden weapon system, built over decades in secret. Orbital shields powered up. Long-range kinetic cannons turned toward the stars. I-drones launched from hidden bays on the moon, forming a wide net around the planet. Earth was not undefended. It never had been. Meanwhile, in the outer rim, Earth's deep space scouts intercepted the Varkan fleet. From behind cloaked asteroids, Terran scouts watched and reported. Over 300 warships, 3 dreadnoughts, 2 siege carriers. Commander Jalen listened carefully. They're not just sending a message, he said. They're bringing everything. But Earth didn't panic. Earth prepared. On Mars, factories roared to life. Machines worked day and night, building more warships, drones, and walkers. In the underground base of Titan, scientists uploaded new battle codes into AI systems. The Earth fleet was waking up, and they were not going to wait. At the same time, in the dark space between stars, the Shadow Wing was launched. The Shadow Wing was Earth's deadliest secret squadron. 12 stealth destroyers. No lights, no heat, no signals. They didn't talk. They only hunted. Their mission was simple: intercept the Varkan dreadnoughts before they reached Earth. Meanwhile, the Varkan fleet continued forward. On board the lead dreadnought, General Karish growled as he looked at the map. Humans are cowards, he said. They hide behind machines. Another officer added, their weapons are fast, but they bleed like any other species. Karish smiled. Then let's make them bleed. He didn't know. They were already being followed. Hours later, inside the blackness of deep space, one of the Varkan dreadnoughts suddenly exploded. No warning. No enemy on radar. Just 1 second. Everything was normal. The next, it was gone. Chaos followed. What hit us? No signs of missile fire. No incoming ships. Wait, something's inside our systems. Our engines air. Another ship lost control and crashed into a nearby cruiser. And from nowhere, a voice echoed on the Varkan channel. You came for Earth, but Earth came for you first. Panic spread through the fleet. Back on Earth, Commander Jalen received the report. First dreadnought eliminated. Second damage. Shadow Wing still undetected. He allowed himself a small smile. But Echo quickly added, warning, Varkan carriers are releasing swarm fighters. Shadow Wing may be exposed. Jalen nodded. Then it's time to show them the next surprise. In the skies over Earth, a secret ship powered up. It had no name, no registration, just one word on its side. Titaneus. The ship was the size of a city, built over 50 years in silence, powered by an artificial black hole reactor, armed with a cannon that could bend gravity. The people of Earth had forgotten it even existed, but now it would lead the final charge. Cliffhanger ending. The stars above Earth turned red. Thousands of alien ships approached. The Varkan fleet, though damaged, was still massive. And now, Earth's forces were ready to meet them. Across every screen, across every base. From Earth to Mars to Titan. One message blinked in red. Final defense protocol activated. War was coming. And this time, Earth would not just defend. It would strike back. From Earth's surface, people looked up into the sky as the lights of battle danced in the heavens. Cheers filled the air as Earth's defense systems obliterated the final remnants of the Varkan fleet. The invasion was over. Cliffhanger ending. On the battlefield, one last Varkan ship limped away, barely holding itself together. Inside, a lone officer sent a message. This is not over. The galaxy will never forget what Earth has done. But the officer's voice faltered, for in the distance, the Titanus, Earth's greatest weapon, loomed larger than ever before. And it wasn't finished. Earth had only begun. The silence of space felt unnatural. The war, which had raged across the stars for days, now seemed to come to an eerie stop. The vast Varkan fleet, once so confident, was no more. The debris of their ships floated like broken dreams in the cold void. But Earth's victory wasn't complete. Not yet. In the command center of vigilance, Commander Jalen Cross stood still, watching the last traces of the Varkan fleet as they limped away. The Varkan officer's message still rang in his ears. This is not over. The galaxy will never forget what Earth has done. Jalen's lips tightened. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over. He turned to the control panel. Echo, status report. Echo's voice filled the room. Varkan fleet has been decimated. Final survivors are retreating beyond the outer rim. But there are new readings. Unknown ships detected, approaching fast. Jalen's eyes narrowed. Unknown ships. Could it be reinforcements from the Varkan Empire, or something else entirely? Back on Earth, the people watched anxiously. They'd seen the great battle unfold in the sky. They had cheered as Earth's forces struck down the Varkan invaders. But now they were worried. If the Varkans had reinforcements, how could Earth be ready? The unknown ships entered the solar system with incredible speed. They were massive, unlike anything Earth had ever seen. Jalen wasn't sure what to think. Earth had just survived an invasion. Could they do it again? His mind raced, but he quickly pushed aside the doubt. Earth had just shown the galaxy what they could do. And Earth wasn't done. Inside the Titanus, the flagship of Earth's war effort, the AI systems hummed. The ship was already preparing its weapons for another potential battle. Jalen's eyes scanned the display as a new message appeared. Unknown ships identified. Designation: the Galactic Council. Requesting communication. The Galactic Council. Jalen muttered, surprised. They were the most powerful political force in the galaxy. If they were here, it could mean something serious. He turned to Echo. Open the channel. The screen flickered, and a face appeared. It was the face of a tall alien diplomat. His eyes were dark, his expression cold. He wore the insignia of the Galactic Council, the group of elite species who ruled over most of the galaxy. "We are the representatives of the Galactic Council," the diplomat said in a smooth voice. "We have come to speak with Earth." Jalen's gaze hardened. "We don't need anyone to speak for Earth. What do you want?" The diplomat's expression didn't change. "You've caused a disturbance in the galaxy. Your actions against the Varkan Empire have set a dangerous precedent. The Council requires your immediate surrender and submission." Jalen leaned forward. "Surrender? You think you can order Earth around?" The diplomat raised an eyebrow. "Your little victory over the Varkan fleet does not change the facts. The Galactic Council does not tolerate such defiance. Surrender now, and we may spare your planet." Jalen's voice was calm, but his words were sharp. "You think we'll kneel to you after everything we've done?" The diplomat's eyes narrowed. "Then prepare for the consequences." Outside, the unknown ships continued their approach. They were huge, dwarfing even the Varkan dreadnoughts. "They're charging weapons," Echo reported urgently. "They've begun to power up." "Battle stations," Jalen shouted. "Activate the Titanus." The Titanus roared to life as it moved into position. The planet's defense systems activated in unison, and the sky lit up with the power of Earth's wrath. The Vigilance readied its guns. The Shadow Wing moved into position, silently floating like ghosts in the dark. Earth's warships formed a tight formation, prepared to strike again. "Echo, send a message to the Galactic Council," Jalen said. "Tell them Earth does not surrender." Echo's voice was strong. "Message sent, Commander. They've acknowledged." The tension in space grew thick. Both sides were ready. The Titanus prepared its final weapon, a black hole cannon capable of bending reality itself. The first shot from the Galactic Council's fleet came without warning, a beam of focused energy that tore through space. Earth's shields flared brightly as the blast hit, but they held. Just. Jalen clenched his fists. "Return fire." The Titanus fired its black hole cannon, sending out a shockwave of gravitational energy that rended space. The energy twisted, pulling the Council's ships toward each other, disrupting their formations. More explosions filled the void as Earth's fleet attacked. The Galactic Council's ships fought back, their weapons powerful but not enough to overpower Earth's technology. Every strike from the Council was met with a counterattack. The Titanus unleashed more devastating shots, tearing through the enemy ships. On the Vigilance, Jalen watched the battle unfold. "We've done it," he whispered. "Earth is showing the galaxy what happens when they push us too far." The battle raged on. The Galactic Council's ships, though powerful, couldn't withstand Earth's wrath. One by one, they were destroyed. Cliffhanger ending. The last remaining ship from the Galactic Council tried to retreat, but it was too late. The Titanus locked onto it, and within moments, it was consumed by the gravitational force of Earth's final weapon. The enemy fleet was gone. But Jalen knew something even worse could be on the horizon. The galaxy had learned something dangerous about Earth: never threaten humanity. As the last of the enemy ships were obliterated, Earth's defense systems powered down. Jalen looked out at the peaceful stars once again. But the galaxy was forever changed.